Does Patty Gasso think she has enough pitching to win a national championship in 2026? What does she think about this incredible freshman class coming in? Oh, and is she expecting Sophia Bordi back on the team? I have great news for you today, because Patty Gasso recently answered all of that and more during an interview on The Ref Friday morning on The Plank Show. So let's talk about everything that Patty Gasso said about the 2026 team. And as always, you're going to have thoughts on what you hear. So drop those thoughts in the comments, and please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for those of you that don't know, you can listen to us on The Ref anywhere in the world by searching KREF in the App Store to get our free app. For you softball fans, Plank is on 6 to 9 in the morning, and I'm on 3 to 6 every single weekday afternoon. But this is a very interesting interview because it's the first time Patty has talked about the upcoming season since at least the end of the Women's College World Series. So let's get into everything she said, and let's start with a question on if the OU roster for 2026 is officially finalized.
No, the door has been shut. The portal door has been shut by OU softball staff. Now that we get these big rosters and we get the money to pay, we can bring in many more, which is wonderful.
So no surprise there. It would have been a much bigger surprise if OU was still looking for another player in the transfer portal. But that's not the case. 2026 roster is officially set. Next, here's Patty talking about adding Sydney Berzon and Miali Guachino in the portal, as well as the incoming freshmen and the returning pitchers from last year.
Probably what people are talking about. I'm not quite sure, but our pitching staff, we have 8 pitchers, and you might go, what in the world? All of these pitchers are committed to greatness in our program. So there's going to be some that are going to trend up, but I think we have enough to win it all. We do. Sydney Berzon from LSU has had a great career there. And I believe with the help of Coach Rocha that she is going to be something very special here. Kind of a Sam Landry story, kind of similar. Miali Guachino, and I'm probably still not saying her last name correctly, is, God, her profile is tremendous. There's such a big upside there. She throws hard, and she's had great success in the SEC as a freshman. So I think we landed that. And then we've got, I think everyone that's coming back is going to be greatly improved, or that's my expectation. They were on fire when the season was over in the way of, I'm coming back ready to take over. So I love that attitude. And then we add 3 freshmen, and they all have phenomenal potential. So pitching staff, that's what everybody wants to know about. And Gabby Garcia's coming back, and Agbayani's coming back. All your favorite players are coming back. We have lost a few to the portal, and we are very fine and ready to go.
So a lot of interesting stuff there, and most notably, at least to me, Patty says she thinks they have enough pitching to win it all. And I think that was the biggest goal going into the transfer portal for this team. Come out thinking that you put your pitching staff over the top. And it really feels like they did that, adding Berzon and adding Guachino. Now, it's one thing for me or you to feel like they have enough pitching to win it all, but it's another thing to hear Patty say it, and I really, really like hearing her saying that she thinks they have enough pitching in 2026 to win another national championship. I also thought this was interesting. Patty compared Sydney Berzon to Sam Landry. I don't know about you, but I really like the sound of that. Patty said she expects big things from Berzon this upcoming season, as we all do. And I feel like what she was saying is with Jen Rocha, she expects Berzon to have her best season yet playing college softball. And I think that's where a lot of the excitement comes from. You have a pitcher that's already been extremely good, but now you can elevate her game to the best it's ever been with the best pitching coach in the country in Jen Rocha. Patty has high expectations for her. You just heard that. And I cannot wait to see what Sydney Berzon does in an OU uniform. She also mentioned Miali Guachino. She's still unsure on the last name, but I've got confidence Patty Gasso will get it right at some point. Patty mentioned Guachino's SEC experience, high-level upside. Sounds like she's very, very excited for the pitcher that she can be in the future. And then I loved that she mentioned that her expectation for every pitcher coming back from last season's team is that they're going to be greatly improved. Definitely hope that's going to be the case. You guys know how I feel about Audrey Lowry and where she's going to factor in this year. I think she's going to be a huge part of things, but I definitely hope that's the case with all of the pitchers returning, because even with all the newcomers you have, transfer portal, true freshmen, all are exceptionally talented, I do think that you're going to need some returners to step up big time in 2026. The next comment has to do with replacing Cyd Sanders at first base. Patty Gasso was asked, at what point does she really start to think about the players that she has to replace for the following season?
Yeah, I think I have something in mind for it, and then at practice really try to see how it's going to work. I think I've been doing this long enough that I can really feel pretty quickly, and can't tell you I don't make mistakes, but I can feel pretty quickly what works, what's going to work. The one player that I'm excited for, because I think there's opportunity in a lot of different places, is Sydney Barker. She started to really trend towards the end of the season. She can be a great first baseman. She can play the outfield well. She could play shortstop. She could play literally anywhere. And so it's trying now to find those places for these great athletes. Tia Malloy is coming back, and I'm excited to see her growth. So there's going to be some absolute battles everywhere again. And the battle series that we're going to be putting on this fall is going to be pretty elite. You're going to see some great pitching. You're going to see two teams with some good freshmen that are going to really excite you. I'm really excited about this team because we have all the ingredients to do what we got to do. And the future in recruiting is crazy great. So this program is going to be set up for a while.
So interesting to me that when asked about replacing Cyd Sanders and when she thinks about replacing starters, Cyd Barker is the first name that was mentioned. Patty did mention her versatility and that she can and has played different positions and played those positions well. But I think that Barker is the favorite to take over at first base. I thought that before I heard this interview, and I definitely think that after hearing this interview with Patty. Now, a lot can happen, and a lot, I think, will happen, but I still feel strongly that Cyd Barker is going to be your opening day first baseman. But at the same time, Patty did mention some crazy position battles will take place. Shouldn't surprise anyone. I think we know that that's going to be the case. I think that's extremely healthy for this program. And we even got a mention of some of those crazy position battles taking place, showing off in the battle series. Patty said the elite battle series. And I, like you, cannot wait for the start of the battle series coming up here in a couple of months. Along with Cyd Barker, Tia Malloy was also mentioned. I think that we know that she's going to be in the mix. And then another mention from Coach Gasso that she thinks this team has what it takes. She said, quote, "We have all the ingredients to do what we got to do," end quotes. That makes me feel even better about this team, and like you, I was already really, really excited about the upcoming season. Next is Patty Gasso talking about the reason she only added 2 players in the portal is because of the elite young players in the program and the recruiting classes OU is stacking.
Oh, yeah. I do. That's why there were not. I mean, I only got 2 portal players, and they were both pitchers. So that's telling anyone who is wanting to know that I do have big trust in this freshman class and the returners. And I don't want to go to the portal. I want to keep these athletes for 4 years and develop them, and that is the goal. But with that, you need the right mindset. You need just an absolute team, all in for the team. You got to have a lifestyle of training. And if you are like, oh, God, oh, there's a lot of that. Like, oh, no, not Joe again. Oh, no. It's not the right approach. And so we're trying to teach them early so that this becomes their lifestyle that they love, not a lifestyle that they just despise or wake up and So I love the mentality that we have with this group right now. The freshmen are very hungry and very, very athletic. They're powerful. And it's going to be a hard decision, but I have a lot of options.
Hey, you got to love the process. It's hard playing for OU. It's really hard. You got to love the process it takes to be an everyday player and a great player in this program. And that's what Coach Gasso was looking for, players who fits that championship mindset. And you heard her say she doesn't necessarily want to go to the transfer portal. She wants to keep the players that she recruited. But sometimes you're put in a spot where you have to go to the transfer portal. And I love what she said about the freshmen. Very hungry, very powerful. Very hungry, very powerful. I'd say that that's a really, really good mix. So 8 pitchers on the roster. It's a lot. It's 2 more than last year. Sounds like that's going to be a very good thing for OU because according to Patty, there will be a lot of roles on this upcoming pitching staff.
And what we really hope to do, I know people may want to know this, is we really hope to use a lot of pitchers throughout games instead of, we shouldn't have to rely, hopefully, on just one. I think Sam pitched too much last year, and she did a great job, but we need more. And that's why we went to the portal, and it's kind of a team approach from the bullpen.
I like that a lot. Team approach with the pitching staff, and not like last year where, and she even said, Sam Landry pitched too much last season. I like that because I think that they have a lot of really good options in the circle. And I like that we could see more of a closer role this season. Like that a lot. Now, if Sydney Berzon has a great game going, I don't think that you're going to see her just get pulled just to throw someone else in there if Sydney Berzon or whoever else in the circle is really rolling. But they want to use the talent they have, and they want to keep this pitching staff fresh, especially when they get to the postseason. I like that, and I think you should like that as well because I really feel like they are going to have a deep pitching staff this upcoming season. Speaking of the 8 pitchers on the roster, that would include Sophia Bordi if the number is 8. So is Patty expecting her back?
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
Yes, she's... Okay, I am not following. I don't know what she's doing. I heard that she's selling some T-shirts online.
That's what I saw, yeah.
Go to the Sophia Bordi shop and grab, I'm kind of surprised by it. She still has some work to do personally, and she's committed a big part of what she is doing right now to being able to come back and be a little more feet on the ground kind of thing.
That's
so
awesome.
I can't go much into it, but
Gotcha.
She's a great kid, and she is definitely coming, well, as far as I know, she's coming back and ready to go.
So good news, she's expecting Sophia Bordi back, but doesn't sound like she's aware that she's selling merchandise online. Read into that how you want. I did find that interesting, but I think the important thing is that she does expect Bordi back with the team, which is really, really good to hear. Back to the pitchers again. They have different pitchers with different styles in the circle, and that is absolutely by design.
For us, it's really, we definitely want their profiles to look different. If we had all pitchers all throw the same, then we're going to face some teams that are saying, thank you very much, because this is our wheelhouse. For us, we want a different look. We want different profiles. I think it's a lot about matchups. So we've got lefties that could come in and take, some lefty part of a lineup and handle that. So we want to use our pitchers in that way. So we look through the lineup and say, okay, they are really not great with drop balls. So who do we want to bring in and fill this hole right here? Or who do we want? I'd love to think about having a closer. Somebody that can come out of the bullpen. We play that awesome song that everybody gets all excited about, and they get on the mound and just absolutely attack and dominate. So we have all kinds of different mentalities here of how we're going to try to use this group, because I do think every one of them have something to offer to help us win. So it's what I'm talking about, the lifestyle of saying, I know I need to train. I know I need to eat right. I know I need to stay ahead of my academics. I know I need to be a good teammate. I need to be ready to practice. All of those things are so important for athletes to be ready for this program or any program. But I'm still that old school coach that will hold them accountable, and that's the difference. I know when somebody is not right for this program. They're making waves, and we don't want waves crashing on this program. So that's what I'm looking for, and from the pitching staff, just ready to come in at any time and create good matchups that other teams. Let me add this real quick. Other teams, and you have no idea who's going to start or who's going to pitch. You're going to sit in your room with your coach, and the coach is going to say, okay, Oklahoma's got 8 potential starters. Here they are. Let's talk about number 1. Let's talk about number 2. It's a nightmare to have to worry about that. And that's kind of our mindset as well, is you never know who might start.
Patty Gasso will soon head to China with USA Softball. How's she feeling about that, and has she ever been to China before?
Yeah, no, I've not been to China. I have no idea what to expect. I think I want to bring some of my own food, but I don't know if it can get through security or not. I know when we're there, they will not allow any teams to use any kind of cameras during the game. So from what I understand, it will not be streamed or anything. Like this is a rule that China is putting in. The country is saying no video.
Wow.
So we need to be well behaved, and we need to play hard and do what we need to do. We're leaving on the 7th, stopping in LA, having 2 practices because we have a long layover to get onto the plane from LA to China. So we're going to take advantage of that time. The hard part is I don't get to see these players very much. And when I did, I just was trying to feed them as much game information as I could. So we're going. And then what was really exciting is the announcement of the dates that USA Softball will be playing for the Olympics in 2028. And I saw it. I'm like, oh, my stomach went, oh, my gosh, it's real. It's real. So I think it's kind of early in the games, which is fun for us. So I don't know, lots going on. It's really exciting.
Lastly, here's Patty Gasso's thoughts on the AUSL League, where so many of her former players are currently playing.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. And it's been great to watch former players. Kehlani's back out there throwing. So it's fun to see that. It's really professionally done, very well done. Fans are really engaged. TV, the product on television is great because the crowds are very, very vocal, so you can feel the energy. It's been fun to watch for me now. And I have to say this, so as the coach of USA Softball, I need to pay attention and I need to watch, so I am paying close attention to players that are trending in the right way. There's some players I'm like, oh, I need to get them in the pool, or wow, she could have been one of these 15 plus 3, 18 players that are headed to China. So some are really, really trending in great ways, and it's been great for me to watch it because I really have gotten to know more about the athletes that are going to China. So the product has been great. The fans have embraced it. It's extremely exciting for our sport, and the leadership is off the charts.
So there you go. A lot of good stuff from Patty Gasso, and I don't know about you, but it gets me even more excited for the upcoming season. I wish it would hurry up. Hurry up already. Please like the video, turn on those notifications if you haven't already so you know every single time I drop an OU softball video, which we do multiple times a week. As always, thank you for watching.